In this video, I'll be going over keyframing while using Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm going to explain what they are, how to use them, and I'll include some easy examples to follow along with. And to explain it simply, keyframing is setting a start and an end to an effect.
Every effect that has the little stopwatch icon can be keyframed. So let's say I want to add a blur effect to the second clip. Now I could just have it become blurry instantly as it cuts from one clip to the next. But that looks a bit jarring. It's all too sudden. How do we make it smoother? By using keyframes. To start, on the timeline, move the scrubber to where you want the effect to begin. Then click the stopwatch icon next to your desired effect. Notice a little marker will pop up. Then change the percentage of the effect that you want to appear at the beginning. For this example, I leave it at 0, as I don't want it to be blurry at the start. Then move the scrubber to where you want the effect to end. Now, change the percentage of the effect. Notice that another marker pops up. These markers show the beginning and end. They will pop up anytime the percentage of the effect is changed while the stopwatch is activated. Now watch as we play this back. We can see the blur come in gradually. The blur effect takes place between the beginning, which we put the percentage at 0, and the end, which we made 100%. This example was only using the Gaussian blur effect, but we can keyframe with anything that has the stopwatch icon next to it. We can make the text fade in by keyframing the opacity. Since opacity's stopwatch is enabled by default, to create a keyframe, disable and re-enable the stopwatch. After that, we can see a marker pops up. Then it's the same procedure as before. Start with 0, and then go to our end and set it to 100. And we can see that doing so created a nice fade-in effect. Now, we can also have it fade out again by going to the very end and setting it to 0. But notice, since we added that third keyframe, the text fades in and then fades out right after. It doesn't stay on the screen long enough for my liking. We can remedy this by splitting the clip up. I hit Ctrl Z to undo the last keyframe, and then cut the clip right when the opacity is at 100%. Then I move the scrubber to where we want the text to be completely faded out, and keyframe it accordingly. We start that portion out at 100, and make it end at 0. If you click on the stopwatch of a clip that already had keyframes on it, it will ask you if you are sure you want to delete existing keyframes. Now the text clip is split into 3 sections. The beginning, where the text fades in, the middle, where it is constantly solid, and the end, where it fades out. Now that we have a basic understanding of keyframes, we can start stacking effects onto our text to make it more complex. So now I'm going to add motion by following the same process. I go to the beginning of the clip, I click the stopwatch next to position, and then I move the text where I want it to start, which is off the screen. Then I scrub slightly forward where I want the text to appear, and I move the text upwards into view. I can adjust the speed by moving the markers closer and further apart from each other. The closer they are, the quicker it is. The farther apart, the slower. Keyframing is a great way to add smooth transitions and make your edits look more complex and impressive. Here's a final example of what keyframing can look like. In this, I use the blur for the background. The text fades in, it moves upwards while rotating, it gets larger, and then it fades out.
Well, I hope you learned something, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like on the video. That's gonna help boost this video in the YouTube algorithm, and it's also gonna let me know visually what people like to see. If you have any suggestions for future videos that I should make, please leave a comment below. And please subscribe for future uploads and hit that notification bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. Any questions, leave them in the comments, or you can join the Discord server linked below in the description. As always, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.